Libra. My name is Audrey Alison. Thank you for joining me for your June 2016 forecast for the month. I'm happy to be here. If you're new to the channel, thank you for tuning in, and I appreciate your subscription. And for all of my steadfast viewers, I'm so grateful for you and thank you for subscribing. Let's start the top of the month with our new moon on the 4th of June. At 14 degrees of Gemini, we have the new moon in your ninth house of foreign travel, the ninth house of politics, belief system, metaphysical energies, certifications. So any of you wanting to start courses to improve yourself, go for it. Around the top of the month, Mercury is officially direct at the end of May, clearing his shadow on the 7th of June, but I'm giving the green light for all things traveling effective June because feels like a very long retrograde. I think it's because we're having 4 of them this year. So on the top of the month, start new trips on the 4th or figuring out where you'd like to go. Keep that in your intention because you have a strong chance of manifesting that throughout the month of June. Your ninth house is strongly impacted. On the 12th, Mercury enters this sector as well. Mercury enters the sign he governs, Gemini, in the ninth house. He's there through the 29th of June. So your communications, details, analysis, the review of study is here in the ninth house. Great time to travel, really, for Librans wanting to get out of the country even, because the ninth house is long distance. Doesn't have to be locally. On the 17th, Venus, your ruling planet, enters Cancer through the 12th of July. And Venus is the attraction and harmony and balance that is Libra in the career sector. Venus could see a lot of female energy coming through to the career for assistance and for help at this time. For those of you who are not working, this is about harmony in the retirement, balance, beauty, the appreciation of decor or fabrics around you. Venus is all beauty and aesthetics and decorating. So some of you might be doing this to the career environment as well if you're working. The same day on the 17th, there's an aspect with Saturn retrograde in Sagittarius in your third house of communications, squaring off against Neptune in Pisces in the sixth house. This is a day I want you to circle on the 17th. It's not a day to be pushing forward aggressively with any physical health situations, appointments even, the route to the health practitioner's office. Here's why. Saturn is retrograde, limiting the third house of neighborhood, local travel, siblings, limiting the connection with sibling. And you know, a square is a discord, is not harmonious. And with limitations squaring up Neptune, nebulous energy, Neptune likes to throw back a few. Neptune is not seeing things clearly in the sixth house for you, Libra, of routine, of diet, of health. Neptune is going to look for a lot of excuses and thinks everything is just fine the way it is because Neptune wears rose-colored glasses. But on the 17th, there is some discomfort here because there's a change that's supposed to occur. And for those of you that have been putting it off in between the third house of local neighborhoods and the sixth house of workout and routine, the 17th is going to make you uncomfortable enough to want to do something about it because the squares bring change with their discord. And in between the third house of neighborhood or third house of siblings and the sixth house of health, if things aren't smooth in your relationships with them, it might affect your health that day. And I say that day, the square is occurring the whole month. to be real. That square exists through all of June, but it's exact at 12 degrees on the day of the 17th. So there is something very profound and pinpointed on that day, that by the 20th of June, when we have our full moon, our second full moon in Sagittarius, back-to-back months, at the last degree, 29 degrees, in Sagittarius, in the sector that had been squaring up to Neptune in the third house of siblings and communication, there's an ending on the solstice, the same day we have the full moon. A communication style is ending. There's a change that's occurring in order to create better relationships with people and to create a better health for you, Libra. There's no more time for denial is actually something I'm hearing. Maybe some of you have addicts as siblings. Neptune could be addiction, and in the third house of siblings, maybe you're seeing that you're enabling them, or there's a denial here. Maybe that there is, I'm hearing names, and I got a few messages about just calling out names and how it doesn't help, and it hinders people. I don't know what people were trying to say. I'm going to say the names I hear anyway, because I'm doing this as a medium and a messenger, and here's what I'm going to say. I did hear the name Paul strongly, Paul, and then I also heard that he is trying to is in recovery. So I know this is going to apply to someone specifically, but as Paul is in recovery, and this could apply to anybody with an addict sibling, but as Paul is in recovery, he doesn't need to be tested and probed and questioned, because the third house is the communication. You're going to want to know. You're going to want to know how he's doing. But he doesn't, let him be, or maybe let him work on his recovery on his own. I'm sorry that doesn't apply to everybody, but I had to be real. I wanted to say it because I heard it. And it is specific for, a particular Libra. And also Suzanne. Oh, maybe Suzanne is the Libra. Suzanne, that's different, because I am getting like an Suzanne. Maybe Suzanne has Paul as a brother. But moving along, on the 20th, that full moon could, bringing the awareness, is the same day in the sibling sector or the local travel sector, the neighborhood sector, that the sun enters Cancer, so our summer solstice. And when the sun is in Cancer, that affects the career and the retirement, the name, the status, the title of who you are in this life path, right next to the midheaven on your astrological wheel. The sun is in the career sector until July 21st, so for those Librans looking for elevation and promotional status changes, that could happen when the sun is in that sector for the month. Now, to circle a positive day in the month, I'd love for you to circle the 26th of June. And actually, I love the 26th through the 30th of June, the last 4 days. On the 26th, Jupiter in Virgo in the 12th house in your dream sector, right before you, Libra, in the house of endings and release and psychic ability. There's an expansion to all of your dreams, and Librans are extremely acute in sensitivities, empathic sensitivities. Their psychic ability is heightened. Their premonition ability through dream is heightened, with Libra sitting in there in the middle of it, like, blowing it up. With Jupiter, not Libra. Jupiter is trining Pluto in Capricorn, so the Earth trine is in effect between the 12th and the 4th house. And on the 30th, the moon enters this trine, making it a grand Earth trine when the moon enters Taurus. So, between the 4th, 8th, and the 12th, the quiet houses, the houses of secrecy, the house of home and rest and environment and quiet, beautiful trine energy, harmonious energy from the 26th on. And in between that time frame, on the 29th, Mars goes direct at 23 degrees of Scorpio in the money sector, Libra. So what has been happening for the last 2.5 months while Mars has been retrograde, your money's been put on hold, or the monies that were coming in quickly because of Mars being rapid, fast-paced energy, there's been a pause in that retrograde. But now that Mars is direct, you can benefit in your possession sector. It's full speed ahead, and you'll see him play catch up in July. There's a strong replenishment in the financial sector through July, instigating it on the 29th. Now, let's get to the cards. I've shuffled the entire reading, Libra, so I'm just going to jump in and see what your cards are for June 2016, Libra. And if you'd like to read with me, I'm at audreyallison.com. I read all through the week, and you can select your reading via the PayPal button, and I will get back to you in just a few days to set that up with you. Libra, the Four of Cups, the standstill. You know, yes, the elephant is sitting in the sand. Can elephants move quickly in the sand? No, but they do need to move. So there is something happening on that 17th. I think this is about Libras and their diet, Libras and their physical health, and they need to get moving. If the elephant stays in the sand much longer, he will sink. So get moving. No more excuses with Neptune in your health sector and your diet sector. I can hear my mom right now. I love her so much. She's a Libra. She's probably rolling her eyes at this forecast. Oh my God, it's so funny. And you know, I never prepare these. I don't have anything written down other than the dates and my transit markers. But this is all just spontaneous. So I'm just getting a kick out of what goes through my head in these readings. The Ace of Wands. This is about taking action. Damn it, if there is a card that suggests getting a move on, the Ace is the initiator. It's the first card of fire. Get going. Take action. Mars is direct at the end of the month. Let's see what else comes up. Five of Coins. With Mars retrograde for the last 3 months or so, your financial sector has been impeded and something had been missing. The slow-moving income. Something's missing. You're not getting all of it yet. There's still 5 more coins to be received here. Oh, you know what? When I said get a move on, it's so interesting. You see how this person even has one leg and they're walking? Because you can. You should get moving. You have all of your limbs, so there are no excuses. And this person doesn't have all of their limbs and they're still moving. That's a crazy message, but so powerful because it resonates with me personally, but I really think that's exactly what's happening mid-month with Libras. Change is coming. This isn't dying. This is change. It's also Pluto in Capricorn in the 4th house of home. Change of environment, change of pace. See how this one is stuck, and then it needs the fire to get moving, lights a little fire under his butt, and then, you know, something is missing. You know what it is? Being your healthiest is important, and being physical is important. Now that you have the stamina and energy with Mars direct, it's time for change. It's time to get a move on. And it'll only benefit you. You will never regret incorporating positive influences into your life. You'll never say, damn it, I wish I didn't work out today. I wish that I just didn't walk for 20 minutes. You're not going to say that. There will be 0 regrets with this change. So I feel like the time is here. This is very, very positive and action-oriented. It's also great for a new passion in your life. And this applies, get moving as well. Get out there. Go after what it is that is your true heart's desire, the Ace of Fire, true heart's desire. Because change awaits you. It's actually inevitable, and if it's on hold, it's only because you're not taking action right now. And that's okay too. The retrogrades are a time for review, but now it's a time for action. So take advantage of it, Libra. I'm happy that you were here with me. I'm wishing you a sweet June. I'll see you soon. And remember, the sky is limitless, so reach for the stars.